Good evening. We're here, our very first one. Thanks for being here if you are. Um, the This is week one of Beyond the Veil of Sleep Happy Hours. Um, we're gonna I've got some great friends and guests that are gonna help me play some stuff and do some stuff. And if you're checking it out, do appreciate it. I think Mary Wynn, you're in the other room watching, I believe, enjoying your cocktail. So if anything gets weird, or if there's anything that I should pay attention to in the chat, which I'm not paying attention to, please run on over and let me know that it's going on. We're brought to you by Zoom because they watermark all of this, and we're in a Zoom room, and apparently I have to email somebody and talk to a salesperson to get the watermark removed, and I don't have the bandwidth for that conversation right now. And YouTube, because this is the first time that I've tried to really live stream anything on YouTube. The housekeeping stuff. If you've got any questions or concerns or any communique at all, please feel free to either drop it in the chat, which I will maybe see later, or send us an email at veilofsleep@gmail.com. The other thing that people should be aware of, hey, it's Bandcamp Friday, which means that it's the first Friday of the month, which if you go and buy music off of Bandcamp, normally, Bandcamp eschews their fees and it all goes to the artists. But this Friday, everything that normally would go to Bandcamp goes to a relief fund for the LA wildfires. So if you're looking to buy music, now's the time to do it. If you're looking to buy it, especially from Bandcamp, there's plenty of folks that we know hanging around town that you should buy music from. Our friend Michael Salas and Scoochie Boochie, if you're in Chicago and you've been at shows, maybe you've seen them. My friend Mikey's old band Boss Fight, they're all on Bandcamp. I also bought an album by Advanced Bass today, Animal Companionship, really good. I recommend that one. And the one of the main guys from TV on the radio is having a new album come out. So there's some starter stuff. Go ahead, scan, look around. But let's get to it. And I'll invite my guests to join me. We've got Farrell Walsh from CIC here tonight, so I'm going to take the opportunity to talk to him a little bit
Boom!
about CIC. There he is in
From
space.
space.
And
Space.
and I've also got my friend David here to help improvise with us, and when we get to improvising scenes, and rather than making him sit around, welcome please David as well.
Boom!
Oh,
Not in
Boom.
nice.
space.
From
And on
England.
Earth. Good.
Yeah, I'm in England. I'm in England. In my living
Whoa,
room.
yeah, yeah. Whereas it's like just after 6 o'clock for us in Chicago, it is after midnight for you. So thank you so much. When you're like, I'll try and do one. I just got to work it out. And then it was like, oh yeah, week one, I can be there. I'm like, yes, this is great.
And if you
Um,
just disappear, we'll all understand.
Good.
yeah, really, exactly.
We just
Yeah.
watch you reach for something and you're gone.
Yeah, well, it's part of the motivation for being like, oh yeah, I want to talk to Farrell about CIC a little bit, but also, like I said before we started streaming, I didn't want you to like just have to sit there on your hands until you fell asleep. So yeah, before we get started doing some scenes and bits and whatnot, Farrell, I just wanted you to take the opportunity to check in with you and sort of be like,
Hmm.
hey, for anybody that doesn't know what CIC is, the theater
Hmm.
CIC, which is primarily the theater that I'm at here in Chicago, at all times, I have the benefit of getting to teach in the program. Um, there's a chance for you to sort of, I wanted to hear like from the horse's mouth, hey, what's
Hmm.
our mission statement and what's
Mm.
going on?
What's our
Um,
mission statement? Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay, great. Well,
I should have
bef-
told you that before we started recording.
yeah. Well, yeah, I think, we're trying to first before we get into CIC, which I should
Yeah,
be plugging hardest. The LA wildfires brought up a thing. Can I just give
of
a
course.
unrelated plug? This will not give any money to anyone suffering from the LA wildfires. But I was, Netflix is usually such a dire place to go find something to watch. But I watched recently a documentary that's streaming on Netflix that feels very LA to me. It's called Norman's Rare Guitars. It's about a
Huh.
guitar shop in the valley. It's so good.
Oh wow.
It's so
Norman's
good.
Rare Guitarist. That's great.
So check that out. That was just the LA brain took over. Really cool that you see all kinds of really interesting. The guy's super interesting. The people who work there are super interesting. The guitars are insane. Like he sold guitars to George Harrison and stuff like that. So you get these massive stars, and then you get these weirdo actors who want to be musicians who are just
Like
sitting
Depp.
there. Kiefer Sutherland just keeps
Oh,
talking.
good.
So it feels very LA to me. Okay, cool. So CIC. Okay, CIC Theater is a theater here in Chicago. Please follow us if you don't on Instagram at CIC Theater. That's where you can get information about classes and shows. Right now we have shows on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays is an open stage, so you can come play. The theater itself been around. This is going to be 25 years, coming up on our 25th year in some
Wow.
fits and starts, with pandemic and whatnot. I guess the mission statement at its core is we believe in long form improv as an art form, and we're here to try to do it as well as we can and help people learn to do it as well as they can in the style that they want to. And that if we end up with a theater where everyone shows up every night thinking this may be the best show I ever have, and that opportunity is there every night, we'll be in a really great space, whether we get that or not.
That's that's extremely well said for me putting you on the spot and not warning you that that was
Yeah,
going to
I could
happen.
edit it down. I should edit it down. Won't
No,
fit
no,
on the
it's great.
website.
Hey, hey, we'll be done in
Yeah,
less than an hour, uh, possibly a lot less, and it feels like we've got the time for it. Actually, it's great that you're getting a chance to play with David then too, because I think that we've had a lot of really good conversations kind of over the last few years, and it's sort of like my pod of people um, as much as I can kind of bring him into contact with people. I think that's really good. And he got to meet Louis and Tracy last year at
mm,
the Robin Hood International Improv Festival, which is accepting applications for teachers right now. So look it up, RHIIF Robin Hood International Improv Festival. It is an amazing time, and it's where I got the chance to meet David. And so check that out. Did you mentioned did classes? We didn't cover classes
we didn't cover
except when they're going
classes.
to
We have
happen.
a training center. It's if you want to go to our website cictheater.com, or you follow us on Instagram, we always post when we're going to be opening registration. But we just updated our website, and our next level one, which will start in late March, that registration opens on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
So
very romantic.
give yourself the gift of love and and sign up for improv classes, you lonely, lonely bastard.
Oh, that's pretty great. All right, cool. Well,
Mhm.
great. So, and yeah, and shoot a message to the CIC Instagram if you've got any questions. It
Please do.
is
Yeah.
it is Farrell behind that largely. I don't think anyone else has the reins,
Tyler
but
could get
perhaps
on
they
it, but he
do.
never does. He never does.
Oh, okay, great. Well, we'll talk to him next week. He's one of the lovers that's going to be on for the lovers episode. Because of course, I was like, hey, I want to try 6 weeks of this experiment. We'll see how it goes. Why don't I just start on the first Friday of February? Turns out, oh well, the second Friday of February is Valentine's Day, so I'm going
Mhm.
to be really, really doing a favor to my beautiful and lovely wife. All right, so let's get into the first bit. This is a classic. Oh, David, what do you got?
I do have a question. I just realized I never
Mhm.
asked you this question.
Oh
But
yeah,
are we okay? Are we okay to cuss on here? Because I was gonna say
yeah. Oh
something, but
yeah,
no,
yeah.
maybe
I marked everything. I mean, I could be banned and taken down from YouTube, but that just means like, it's the same as it was before. But I did go through and mark all the check boxes that this is inappropriate for kids,
okay.
and actually, I should have said that at the very beginning, but I didn't think to write it down on my little script. Instead, I talked about how much I love Bandcamp. But yes, this will all be if everything goes as cleanly as it possibly could be, it's going to be a hard PG-13. It is
Okay.
most likely to be a hard NC-17. So if you're watching with your kids, I don't know. Hello to my brother. and possibly my friends
What?
from North Carolina. But they're all teenagers, so they've heard worse at school.
You
So
might see a testicle.
Oh
right,
yeah,
yeah,
That
the kind
sounds
of
like
show
you'd
this
see.
is. Yeah.
I
yeah,
wonder,
or
like, how deep will we go? How bad does it have to get before you just see that Zoom watermark disappear?
right.
They want no ownership over it.
Yeah, it turns out a Zoom salesperson is watching this right now and they're deciding whether the watermark will stay.
No,
But
no, 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 no.
if you've yeah, if if you've watched any of the Prince New Money Ascon's pandemic era Twitch streams, or been to one of the old Prince New Money Ascon show, you know that occasionally we would some of we would Louis Farrell and I all had our own kind of like bits that we did. Louis would occasionally do Criterion Corner. I would do I would sing a song that the text of which was one of Louis's drunk emails from years and years ago. But our
Mhm.
best segment and our
Oh,
most popular segment is was always provided by Farrell, and so I wanted to bring that back as a part of our very first show tonight. So here we go.
look at this. Nice. All right, David, don't you go away because I want your input here.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Over under. First, I'll explain it because David was confused, and that's fair because it just says over under. So,
Hmm.
what's over under? I'd pick a very specific category, and then I list three things inside that category that I believe are overrated, three things that I believe are underrated, and one thing that I believe is properly rated. Doesn't mean that the overrated is bad or the underrated is exceptionally good. It just feels like the overrated are getting a little bit more credit than they deserve, underrated a little less credit deserved, properly rated getting the credit exactly that thing deserves.
Oh, this sounds
Cool.
awesome. This sounds
All right.
awesome.
Well,
Hmm.
we'll see.
Well, and the deep dive reference for our fans are that one of Farrell's most controversial and popular
Mm-hmm.
over unders were ancillary businesses, and he made a strong argument against bars and movie theaters. Uh, and Louis loves bars and movie theaters. So the over under
Yes.
title card includes a bar and a movie theater. So
So yeah,
that's for
every
our long-term fans.
every ancillary business that I believe was overrated, Louis loves. Re Food service in a spa, gross. Great. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So this week's over under is a very specific thing. I was just in Costa Rica, so I had, about 24 hours coming and going and travel, plenty of time to sit and think. And I came up with a couple that one that I absolutely knew would not interest Jordan at all, that will come out, drop later, which is egg centric dishes. Jordan does not like eggs. So I came up with this one
I
because I feel like
don't care for eggs.
this one I feel like's right in at least Jordan and I's wheelhouse. Okay, this is 1970s and 80s non-police detective shows. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you have
Okay.
these are detectives that are not a member of any police department or FBI or whatnot. So you're not going to get Mannix, you're not going to get Kojak, Columbo, that kind of stuff. But they can work with the police, as almost every detective does. So, okay. It turns out there's a kabillion of them, right? And so it was really hard to narrow them
And I
down.
have some pretty passionate feelings about this, actually.
All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And I feel like this might be in your wheelhouse too, David. So
Sure.
you feel free. Just let me get it out before you start yelling if you're angry. And
Mhm.
then I'll tell you why you're wrong. Okay, cool. So a quick couple that aren't going to be part of it that I just feel need mentioning because I forgot they existed. Does anybody remember Hunter,
Oh
starring
yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hunter. Wow.
former NFL LA Ram Fred Dryer? Pretty
Yeah,
good show.
very
Pretty good show.
distinctive, like
Yeah,
kind of balding hairline, sort
blondish.
of. Yeah.
Uh, I always found Barnaby Jones to be terribly boring, so I'm not going to bring him up. I don't want to talk about Charlie's Angels, so I annexed them from the world. And I considered briefly Quantum Leap, but not really a detective, and it feels too modern. Okay,
Hmm.
Oh, interesting.
so off
Interesting.
we go. There's so many here. All right, so okay, first we start with overrated. Let's get the pain out of the way. Number one overrated detective show of the 70s and 80s, Magnum PI.
Mm.
Magnum PI. I I dare you to watch an episode of it now. It has aged more poorly than Tom Selleck in his views on gun control. It's really trite and kind of dumb and slow. And what I hate most about it is that the side character. So in this case, it's both overrated and I do believe sucks. Is that the side characters other than Higgins are all garbage, and
Yeah,
side characters
absolutely.
make the
Absolutely.
show.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
TC's okay. That guy Rick, what a waste of everyone's time that guy Rick is. So Magnum PI, I think probably if you say name a detective show from the 80s, that's what someone's going to say. If they don't say like Charlie's Angels, and I say screw that, overrated. All right,
You
can we
know,
move
what's
on?
funny,
Go ahead.
just a sidebar
Sure.
is I'd forgotten what this feeling is like, where I am just dying while you're going through the overrateds
Mhm.
because I keep being so terrified you're going to mention something I really like and
Yep.
then have a really cogent argument for why it's overrated. I mean, it
Okay.
always feels like you're right, but sometimes you hit me where it hurts.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm holding my breath.
there's a few that I've been painful for me. I moved one
Mhm.
in here that I had. Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right. Number two, this one pains me a little bit. This was a favorite of mine as a child. The Fall Guy.
Mm.
Oh, the Fall Guy.
Lee Majors. I was a big Heather Thomas fan. I was much more in the Heather Thomas than Heather Locklear
Mhm.
category. He's a stuntman who also on the side does some detective work to make ends meet. And like the tagline, I looked it up is they do things the police can't. So I'm a big Lee Majors fan. I love $6 Million Man. So I don't think this is a bad show. I feel like it's kind of cotton candy, but there was no reason to make a movie about it, a remake on the movie. There was no reason to. So for that reason alone, I feel like why are we drumming up this show?
But I also feel like their theme song was awesome for the Fall
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome theme song.
I've been
Yeah.
seen with Farrah. I've
Yes.
never been with anything less than a nine. So fine. Yeah. It's
Well,
also
that's
kind of
probably why
like
it's overrated, right?
Yeah,
It's
Dukes of
that we're
Hazzard
like, it has
adjacent.
to be
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's really, let's get our first PG-13. It's really a tits and ass kind of show. Okay, cool.
It
Which
is.
is
I agree with
why,
that.
which is why 10-year-old me loved it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Number three, I tried to rewatch this during the pandemic. I can't believe I ever watched it. Moonlighting.
Oh my God.
Oh, oh,
Moonlighting so bad.
It is
oh.
I know
bad.
that I know that it I know that it spawned Bruce Willis, which is both a good and bad thing, and it brought back Sybil Shepherd, which is both a good and bad thing. Because I just watched the last picture show recently, and Sybil Shepherd, you can't keep your eyes off her. Really interesting actor, apparently a real a real menace on set. But it's not good, and it's really misogynistic. And
Yes.
Mm,
it's like
hmm.
Bruce Willis is just kind of like every other line is like, "I'd like to fuck you." I remember watching that show with my mother. I'm like, what were we doing? So
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
we rewatched the first episode of that, recently,
Mhm.
and I think we enjoyed it, enjoyed the pilot, and we're like, yeah, yeah, we'll put this in the rotation, and we never watched another episode. So I guess
It's not brutal, but it's not good.
not
And
totally
supposedly
compelling.
it
Yeah.
has this milestone in TV history. And I always see this whenever they have like let's talk about the past. Is that horse had sunglasses in one episode, and people bring that up all the time.
Who
A
had
horse with
sunglasses?
sunglasses?
They did like some like fantasy or dream sequence, and then
Uh,
Bruce Willis was riding a horse, and Bruce Willis had sunglasses, and the horse they made sunglasses for the horse, so the horse just had gigantic sunglasses.
You've made my point.
well, I will say that actually, when I think about it, the thing that sticks out to me about moonlighting is, as a kid, they had a season where both Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd like had other stuff to do, and so their characters were like doing other things. Maybe it was only a couple episodes, but they just like were off shooting movies or doing other things. And those episodes were driven by Charles Armstrong, who was Charles DeMar and Better Off Dead, and Miss DePesto. And like the two awkward like comic relief sidekicks were the moonlighting couple for it. I mean, in my recollection from my childhood, it was a whole season, but it was probably one episode. And I really have fond feelings about that because it was a pair of like dorks who
Yeah.
were actually doing the moonlighting stuff, and that was pretty fun.
I remember that. He's that little fellow, right? I
Yeah,
remember him, like a sidekick, little helper guy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
He's
you know,
a booger from Revenge of the
yeah,
Nerds.
Booger.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Booger. Yeah. I mean, I would guess that either one of two things. Either both stars couldn't stand each other, so they
Mhm.
weren't going to play it, or one or the other was having a contract dispute. I mean, it just feels like that's that kind of vibe. All right,
Yeah.
cool. And then, was it after, like, I don't know what year did Die Hard come out? Because that's when he became a star. I don't remember if it was during Moonlighting. So maybe after that, he's just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, we ready for underrated? All right.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. My no, these aren't necessary. The first two are my most underrated. The third, so but I can't say that the first one's more or less. So it's not like in a degree. The third one's the least underrated. First underrated show, Quincy.
Oh,
Anybody see
MD.
Quincy? Jack Klugman as a he's a doctor who does autopsies, whatever you call that. And he's
Coroner?
always finding
Coroner?
coroner,
Yeah.
thank you. He's a coroner who's always sticking his nose in, and he's like, first of all, I love Jack Klugman, and I remember loving that show. I'd watch it in reruns when I'd stay home from school and stuff. Oh, it's so good because he was nice about it, but he'd be like, "I feel like you might have missed this thing. Maybe this lady got strangled." And so he worked with the cops, but he was a coroner and he was out solving crimes. I just thought it was hilarious, and Jack Klugman is great. So that's my first underrated. Anybody have anything to say about that? There's a strange sound coming from behind me.
No, I've heard of it before, but I never watched it, to be honest.
Well, now you should. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. I wouldn't pay to watch it. So wait till it pops up on a free streamer for you and then I check it out. Number two is easily my favorite of all these shows, Rockford Files.
Oh my God. It's
Rockford
great.
Files is so good. James
Yeah.
Garner as and this show particularly, his dad, I don't know the actor's name who plays Rocky, is his dad. And then he's got this friend who's kind of a weasel named Angel. All the side characters in this show are great. And Jim Rockford's this kind of put upon guy who drives around in a copper Camaro and lives at the beach in a trailer. It's so good.
I was just telling
Very
Eric Petticut
California.
on Wednesday how he's got to be watching Rockford Files because it's so fantastic.
Yeah,
Rockford
it's
Files,
great.
yes, it's one of the ones I was nervous about. So
Yeah,
you
James
know.
Garner. So good. 6 seasons. Great, great, great show. So check that out. Third one, I was on the fence between a couple. I've decided because of the star power of Pierce Brosnan, I'm going
Yes!
Remington Steele.
Yes,
Remington
that's the
Steele.
other one I was worried about. Yes.
It's got Pierce Brosnan, Stephanie Zimbalist,
Hmm.
who I don't know if she did anything after this. Doris Roberts, the mother from Everybody Loves Raymond, an overrated
Oh.
sitcom. But I just thought Remington Steele was great. I thought Pierce Brosnan was great. He's kind of a smart ass and funny. And it's like he kind of rides the line between being both a detective and maybe a con man. And he's kind of smarmy in a funny way. It's always got a wink and a smile to it. The other one I thought about was Heart
I was
to Heart.
obsessed with that. That was one of my favorite shows when I was a
Yeah.
kid. It was date night for my dad and I.
Oh,
Gotta watch
nice.
Remington Steele. Yeah.
Well, my mom and I were watching Moonlighting. So those are my three underrateds. I'm going to give honorable mention to Heart, a Robert Wagner vehicle. Stephanie Powers, Robert Wagner, married couple, detectives. I thought that was pretty good. And if you remember Simon to Simon, Simon and Simon, Simon and Simon. It was San Diego based, David. It was
Yeah.
Gerald McCraney, two brothers. It kind of, yeah, it was okay. It was a little thin, but they had a good time. It was kind of in that Fall Guy thing where it's just kind of like, yeah, it's like girls in bikinis and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But those are my three underrated, properly rated. Most people could probably guess, and I don't. And boy, I was close. I was close to making this overrated, but I'm not afraid of the backlash. But I feel like it's the closest to properly rated. Murder, She Wrote.
Yep. Oh, there it is. I was like,
It's probably the most
Yeah.
lasting of them. It's a lot of fun to watch. My one, obviously, Angela Lansbury, shout out. My one issue with Murder, She Wrote is that someone is murdered and nobody cares. Every episode, they find a guy dead in a pool. They show somebody hugging the wife. The wife gets on a bus, and then Angela Lansbury just starts going to solve it, and nobody ever. There's no mourning. There's no. It's just the fun of solving it, which feels kind of me very British, kind of ish, maybe. But no one gives a shit that guy died. They just are excited to have something to solve.
That's really, really funny. That the I think that the my best Murder She Wrote thing is actually something recent. The When Mary Wynn and I were staying in the Douro Valley in Portugal, for whatever reason, all of the TV there is only in German, and
Yes.
so
We
it,
watched Murder She Wrote in Portugal.
yeah, yeah, and but Murder She Wrote was on, but it was dubbed in German, and we watched like a healthy amount of this thing with dubbed German. So it's
Mhm.
like we're only appreciating the physical acting of people, and it's the translation of Murder She Wrote was something incredibly funny that, of course, I can't remember. Mary Wynn, throw it in the chat if you can remember what the translation was for Murder She Wrote, because that was good stuff. Um,
And
the
thus ends
only
the over. Go
the
ahead.
only thing I would add, and this is kind of a
Mhm.
deep dive super nerd thing, is that my sort of like addition, if people actually go and start checking this stuff out, is um, check out Kolchak the Night Stalker. Very
Ooh,
similar, all supernatural.
I
It's
watched like two episodes of that. It's a weird show, man.
it's great. It's so I love it. I love it so much because it's Darren McGavin, the dad from A Christmas Story, in a
Mhm.
seersucker suit and a straw hat as a Chicago newspaper reporter who investigative journalist who everything that he runs into is actually a monster. And it's
Yeah,
and at
the
the
one I
end of
have.
every episode, he's like writing the article about like how a monster, how like oh, it was actually a werewolf killing people on the docks or whatever,
The
and
first
then it's
ones
like,
I've watched like three maybe, and it was all he thought Jack the Ripper was being
oh yeah,
reincarnated and skipping
yep,
through time.
yep,
The thing I'll say about this, if you're gonna watch that show and you're a lady, there's some real hard stuff in it. There's a woman in this show who might wear a size 8 dress who is consistently made fun of for being fat
Oh
to the
no!
point where she's like, I won't tell you until you take me to lunch. And like the whole thing is just like, you've had enough to eat, you fat fuck.
Oh my god! Why?
It's I was watching it, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
well,
Jesus Christ. She's
geez,
normally shaped at
I
the
feel
most.
like I feel like we rewatched it reasonably not too long ago, and I didn't clock
Oh,
that, which makes me
oh,
feel
you gotta
guilty.
watch it again. It's
Uh,
so fucking
I
it's
absolutely
funny
will.
because it's not even like, hey, that's not nice. She's a little heavy. She's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
She's a perfectly normal sized woman who's just getting raked across the coals, whether she's
Well,
on screen or off.
I will say that one of the best things about the show is that they cut all the guest stars loose to do whatever they want. So there'll be somebody that shows up for like a 4 minute scene and they will have a meal of it. And that's a really fun that's a very fun thing to watch.
I could
So
If
see
you
you
like
liking that
detective
show.
shows, if you like detective shows, a detective show that's introduced to me moving to England is a show called Jonathan Creek. And Jonathan Creek was like I just had to look it up because I think you'd like it. It's like in the late 90s, 2000s. And the main character is played by Alan Davies, who's like a super intelligent, brilliant human being. But when you like see him on TV, he's very like scatological and he's very like, oh, my penis. Like he's very like down to earth. But his character is like, I think is like a magician. And so he's helping to solve crimes because he knows like how to do all these tricks and all these things. But in real life, he's super smart. But it's a really,
So
I
great.
really like the show.
I just
that's
love that your definition of down to earth is this guy's real down to earth. He'll just say stuff like, "Oh, my penis."
I mean, yeah.
He's just salt of the earth.
If there's something going on with it, you're gonna say something, right? Uh all right, okay. So we should get so we should play a scene.
Sure.
That's what we're here for. That is theoretically what we're good at. But we'll see, right? And it feels like there's a lot of chat going on. So considering there might be some lag, I'll go ahead and say, hey, if somebody in the chat has just a suggestion for us for our first scene, Throw it in there. And to compensate for that lag, I will say that Mary Wynn did get back to the chat, and um, the German translation for Murder She Wrote is "Murder is her hobby." So, and I think
That's
she wrote,
actually, yeah, that's closer to being what the show is.
yeah, I think she maybe even wrote it slightly in German here by saying "Mord ist her Hobby." So maybe that's the actual,
But
maybe
but
that's
but
the actual
murder
name of it.
murder is not her hobby. Murders are her hobby, right? Because she doesn't like murder as a hobby.
That's, yeah. Somebody needs to write to the Germans. But also, I might not know. Um, I might not know what the how to do plurals in German. So, so
Hmm.
that's possible. Okay. All
Listen,
right.
David, everywhere she goes, someone is murdered.
I've
It's
It's the
got.
true.
show.
Since we talk
I've,
about plurals, and I know that we're talking about plurals specifically, did
uh,
you know that the plural of octopus is octopodes? It's some weird like Greek translation. It's not
Oh,
octopi and
it's not
octopuses,
octopi, it's octopodes. Huh, that
octopodes, which is strange, I think.
feels like it's
we're
talking
we're
about
all
its
saying
its
octopi.
feet. Okay, great. So we've got a big bunch of stuff, so I'll just say it all. I'll say all of it,
Oh,
uh,
geez.
and we'll see what lands. We don't have to do all of it. We'll just,
Hmm.
I'll just sort of say all of it, and some of it may have just been chat. Uh, K- uh, Keller threw one in there that feels like I can't tell if it's chat or a suggestion. All right.
Hmm.
Here we can. Why don't we pop off stage and then we can enter as we like. All right. So the suggestions that we have are Big Drop, Frisco Melt, Cold One, and Pool Party. Oh, oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Feels good
It's
to kind of take it easy, huh?
yeah, to get in the
Ooh.
sun and like just let it
Yeah.
soak into your skin and
Yeah. I've been due for
oil
a
up.
vacation,
Yeah.
is what it's absolutely.
You've been working really hard. I mean,
I
you
know
had
I'm
so
killing
much.
myself.
Sometimes when you talk to me, I feel like you're coding me as you're talking to me. So I feel like this is a good time to just maybe have a drink or two.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm leaving it all behind. I'm dropping the wall down on all that stuff. I don't want to do that. Oh God, it's the worst. I don't get enough sleep, and then I wake up and I start thinking about things, and I'm in a prison of my a prison of my own mind. You know.
yeah,
Ugh.
do you ever like look at the world as like the Matrix and it all just falls down into numbers?
Do you mean do I see the Matrix when I look at the world, or do I think we're living in a simulation?
Like, do you see have you seen the
Because it's
movie The
what a
Matrix?
waste of computing power, is what I'm saying. If we're living in a simulation, what a massive waste of computing power to make everybody's lives so boring. And we got to live it, assuming that you feel like I feel, and we're all inside a simulation, and the simulation's purpose is just for us to like be perpetually like feeling a sense of drudgery. That's why I don't buy it. I don't buy
Yeah.
that stuff. I'll buy other stuff, but I'm not buying the simulation thing.
Well, let's get some cocktails with some fruit in it, where you have to eat the fruit at some point, and you'll get the coding, you'll get the computer, you'll get everything off of your
I've
system.
already been drinking beers, man. I don't want to. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Like beer to sugar. That's gonna be. It's. I want to enjoy tomorrow as well
Okay.
as today. Let's
You-
just keep
Hey, fellas.
doing some brute.
Hey, fellas.
Huh?
Hey,
Hey,
my name's Peter. I'm on the other
hey,
side of the
Peter.
pool there. You might have seen my wife storm off.
yeah, I saw her. She
Yeah.
Oh,
kicked
So
the
I'm
chair
just
on the
going around
ground.
yeah.
apologizing to everybody
Oh,
because we
nice.
don't like to make a scene. But also now I ordered fondue for two,
To the
and it's all
pool.
yeah, it's over there.
Oh,
They bring it. It's right there. You see it? It's on the cart. It's
oh,
that.
is that what that is?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Everyone keeps saying is that a shellfish tower? And I said no. It's fondue for two. It's
You know,
just it's just in
you're
a
bleeding
steel
by the
container.
eye. You're bleeding by
Hmm?
the eye when she hit you. Did you just have a
Yeah,
little?
she got me with a piece of crust, and it
Yeah.
really
Oh,
I have,
Yeah,
after I've been
dragon
in the
scrape.
pool, I've got butter soft skin.
Oh, I wish I come out
So,
feeling gross.
oh no, not at all. Yeah, you could slough any piece of me right off of me.
Ugh.
So, I'm over there sitting by myself with a big pot of fondue. You guys seem like
Yeah,
you're having a good time. I saw you hammering beers, and I saw you having a gin and
yeah.
tonic with a pineapple in it. Is it
Yeah.
okay? It's okay if I drag over this stuff and maybe we all have a little
Please
fondue
do.
and I can have some. Okay,
Hey,
cool.
Actually, yes, please do. That'd be fantastic.
Because here's
oh
the other
man.
thing. I know my wife's watching me from the room, and she just wants me to be
Oh,
sad, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to
mhm.
fucking give her that. Okay.
No, no.
Okay.
All right.
Hey.
I'll be
All
back.
right. Okay.
I'll be
Yeah.
back.
All right.
All right.
Jeez.
If the
All
guy
right.
comes by, order me a yard of beer. Okay.
Of course.
Oh, one of the
Yeah,
All
big
right.
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, a
Okay.
yard.
Yeah.
Yard. You see those 2 yards by mine? They're done. I want another
Wow.
one.
You cooked those already, or did your wife have one? I didn't.
Well,
I didn't even
we
see the
spilled half of
slab.
one in the pool, and that's what started the
Oh.
fight. I'll be
Oh.
back. I'll be back.
Okay. I don't. All right. Yeah. No. This feels like an adventure of some kind. But man, I don't know. This guy seems like trouble to me. I mean, I didn't see exactly what went down. Saw this
Did
after
you
the
say he
slap.
feels like trouble? Did you say that?
I did say that. I think he feels like
that's
trouble.
honestly, that's what I was thinking too. Honestly.
Well, then why did you say yeah? It's eating fondue's hot. It's so
It is.
hot.
It
I'm not
is.
going to eat any of that fondue. I'm not going to
I'll
eat
eat
any
some.
of it. You eat
Can
some.
I
Yeah.
get you,
as long as-
gentlemen, another round of drinks?
Yes.
Yeah.
A yard beer, whatever your cheapest beer is, by the way. And then I'll take another gin and tonic with pineapple and whatever you want, Jesse.
Yeah. No, I'm going to do Modelo again. Another Modelo.
So a gin and tonic with pineapple,
Double.
a
Yeah.
Modelo
Yeah.
with lime,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please. Thank you.
okay, and a yard of Bush Light.
Bush Light. Is that the
Can I-
shittiest beer you got?
Ugh.
Yeah,
We don't have to get him the shittiest beer. I mean,
Bud Light's 15, Bush Light 6.
Can you just see, like,
oh, wow. A $9 difference between Bush Light and Bud? I guess. I don't know the last time I had a Bush Light.
I have to ask,
Ugh.
for whom are we ordering the yard of beer?
Oh, the guy that's struggling with the, I guess that's fondue, that's
Yeah.
trying to drag the fondue over.
I was concerned. That gentleman has been cut off.
Oh, he has been.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been cut
oh,
off.
great.
We got a bad vibe from him. His shirt just has a picture of the globe on it. And it's all faded and makes me feel uneasy.
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently he gets buttery soft when he gets in the pool, and that's why he's bleeding.
Yeah.
But what are you
He's
talking
bleeding because his wife struck him.
Yes.
That's why
Well,
it's bleeding.
yeah. I mean, it
Did you
was
see
one,
that?
it was a sequence of events. It was like one, two. This is how it happened. Jeez. Yeah. Well, okay. You read that he was trouble, and yet you invited him over. Look, hey, it's gonna be easier for us if you are the one that kind of like says, "Hey, maybe you got to go." It's not our place, as guests.
I can't make him leave. He's a guest at the hotel. He's just cut off.
Hmm. Well, so all right, great. Yeah.
Oop,
It's
there's
fine,
my
it's fine.
buzzer. I'll be
Okay.
right back with your
Yeah, no,
quesadillas.
it's fine.
Wait, we didn't order. Did you order quesadillas?
He knows I'm a quesadilla guy. Look at me. He knows I'm a quesadilla guy. He
Wow.
knows.
All right. Great. Oh man, oh man, oh
Whoosh.
man.
Oh, dude, he just knocked the
He
fondue
just-
machine into the pool.
What? Did that guy say anything about me?
Yeah. Are you okay? You just tumbled over with your fondue into the pool.
Yeah, I dropped my fondue in the pool, so I just swam across to try to play it off.
Oh.
It sank like a stone.
No,
I'll get it later.
everybody's-
It congeals. It'll be fine.
No, I think that look, people are getting out of there lickety split, which I don't blame them for. If I saw,
Dude, I gotta
pot
ask
of
you,
Grow
goop-
up.
Are you
Grow
a Bush
up.
Light guy? Yeah, I was gonna. Do you like Bush Light? Is that your beer choice? Bush Light? That's what we're
I
gonna get.
prefer Heineken.
well, it's probably $35 a yard. But look,
Yeah.
he said you're cut off. So
Oh, Jesse, don't get in the business. Don't get.
That's what he said to me.
what? Yeah,
That's what
and
he said to
that-
me.
He said that to us too.
He
asked
said that
who
to
we were-
you,
He's asked who we were ordering the yard of beer for, and
and
we
you said me.
well, yeah, because I mean,
You can't say me. I'm cut off.
well, we didn't know that.
I
We
just had a
didn't
fight with
know.
my wife. I just had a physical altercation with my
Well,
wife.
yeah.
Physical on her side, but I tried to throw some emotional abuse back.
Yeah, always heard that. It was
You don't-
loud.
Oh,
All right, here's the thing. I'm gonna go to the bottom pool, try to collect this cheese.
No, they got
If
they
it
have
comes up
somebody for
again,
that.
you two are splitting the yard of beer as friends.
Do you think he's going to buy that if we revise our story at this point?
I'll be at the bottom of the pool. As far as he knows, I'm gone.
All right. All right,
All
sure.
right.
Yeah, sure.
I'm doing
Yeah,
it.
let's
I'm
give it
doing
a
it.
shot.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
doing
You
it.
seem on board. What about you?
I absolutely, Jesse. I'm on board. I'm on board. What are you, Jesse?
Yeah,
No.
we're both he's
Don't fuck
yeah.
me.
What?
Don't fuck me.
Hey, no, of
If I
course.
can't get a yard of beer here, I got to wait till 4 o'clock when the restaurant opens. That's a nightmare. Don't fuck me.
It's only well, okay.
He
You knew
wanted a
this guy was
Heineken.
trouble. You knew he was
We
trouble.
didn't know. We had like a feeling.
You said he's, and I agree. This is
Yeah.
I mean, this is let's see. He's
What-
gonna try.
The cheese is going in the filter.
Okay. Here's what I think. I think we just get him the
It
Heineken.
floats.
We just get him the yard of beer. We'll leave it by these two our chairs, and we'll take our drinks inside and do something else.
Yeah, why don't we just get out of here?
Let's give him a yard of beer. He's had a rough day. He's bleeding. He dropped his fondue into the
No.
water.
You know what? I'm fully in
The
emergency.
sterno is
mode.
made of slick of oil on the surface of the water. Nobody throw a cigarette in the pool.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to close the pool down anyway. So why don't we just wander out of here? And if we run into him again later, we can be like, "Ah, I'm sorry, man. They said they were gonna close the pool."
Jesse, all
Hey,
due
you guys
love.
getting up?
You're thinking with numbers. You're thinking
Yeah,
with numbers again.
What are you doing?
Yeah, hey, we got to take off. We forgot that we're renting bikes.
No.
Yeah, no. Good luck. Hey, good luck.
I'm covered in sterno.
Hey, just stay away from any open flames. It's been such a pleasure to meet you.
I've got a lit cigar.
How did you get a lit cigar in the pool? Throw it
It's by
on the
the side of the
side.
pool. Hey, man, that is a Nicaraguan cigar. I'm not going to let that go to waste.
All right, we got to get out of here.
I'll order the Heineken yard beer here. You and I will go rent some bikes because I think actually renting bikes sounds like a good idea. If you ask me.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a great idea.
All right, here's your gin and tonic with
Thank
a
you so
pineapple.
much.
And there's your Modelo with a
Sir,
lime on the side because I can't remember.
quesadillas?
Dang.
Okay, wait, before you go, sir.
Great. That's it. That seems like it. That's good. Oh man. I'm just
Gotta
like,
be a menace by the pool.
yeah, I know. Maybe we would have won a challenge coin. I'm not sure. From the open state. No, it's got to be a hot tub now. It's currently hot tub. There's an entirely stupid thing that Alec Plant does at the open stage where you can ruin your improv for challenge coins. And one of those things, getting in a hot tub. Yeah, when we have the three jokers on in a few weeks, we'll talk about it.
To win a list of prizes that I keep having to say no. The first one was drugs. I'm like, no, you can't hand out drugs at a show.
Yeah, I know. Pretty good.
Sociopath, Alec Plant.
All right, great. So we're gonna do another scene here. I brought a little bit of costuming for it. So and I've got a title screen. So here we go. This is the kind of high production values you get from a live stream that you can't do in a live show. He's going over the fence! He's going over the fence! Sleep! Vampire Cop! Oh, hey, Captain!
What? Hello? How are you?
Hello!
How's your day? How's your day ending? At 6 a.m.?
Yes, I know. I gotta get my ass back home, get in my coffin. It's been a rough one tonight. A lot of crazies out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'll get a report from you in a second. Can I talk
Yeah.
to you about something?
Yeah, sure. Let's
My
wrap.
My wife and I had a date night
What,
last night. We had a
last
date
night?
night. Yeah, we had a date night.
Oh, while I was beating the streets, you
While
had
you
a
were
date
beating the
night?
streets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had a date night,
Sure.
and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
well,
Yes. Yes.
ever since Courtney went off to school, we've got more time for each other.
No. Yes, of
So we
course.
checked out. We
Yes.
decided to go to a movie. Hadn't
Women.
been a movie since the end of the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
I just couldn't come up with a reason. But I saw this Nosferatu.
Oh.
I
Oh
don't,
yeah. Okay.
and I'm just,
Jeez.
you know,
Yeah. Yo, you're
I just,
curious. You're
yeah, I'm
curious
just,
about Nosferatu.
well, not just.
Yeah.
How do I? First of all,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I learned a lot about your culture, and
Oh. Oh. Come on, man.
and
Come on. That thing wasn't made. It wasn't made by. It wasn't made by vampires. It was. It was freaking made by
for
uh
vampires,
what?
like Fubu, for you by
For,
you.
for you by you, yes.
Yeah.
For fu,
Well, anyway, I do
fu-
think I feel like I learned a lot.
oh gee.
I
This is
learned a lot about your culture and where
like
you come
Green Book
from.
all over again. It
And
feels like,
yeah,
right?
yeah, just like Green Book with
Yeah.
Officer Anderson.
Yeah.
But here's the thing I didn't expect.
Hmm.
Sexy stuff.
Well, that's I mean, hey,
Real
yeah.
sexy stuff.
No, yeah, that's one of the things that they got right. Is
Oh yeah.
true? Yeah. I mean, they made Orlok, this Orlok fella, like super gross, and
Mhm.
that's not cool of them to do because that's not accurate. Get a load of me.
Excuse me,
Oh,
Captain. Do you mind if we close the door? All the rest of the detectives can actually hear every word you're saying, and I maybe want to give you guys some.
This is the men's room. We keep the door open to the men's room.
Okay, well, okay.
yeah. Well, I
Do
mean,
you
I
have
think
any idea how awful it smells in here in the summer if we don't keep the door open?
I
yes.
do. It smells terrible, but maybe we'll
Hey,
just
Bert,
crack the
come in
door.
here. Bert, come in here. Come on.
Yeah.
Come in here.
Yeah, Bert, come in. I think
All right.
I think this could be a nice. Hey, fellas, too. You go ahead, perk up your ears. It feels like it could be a nice, like, little educational moment for
So
for
yeah.
all parties here, right?
So hey, Bert. So I think I came up with something that might reverse that divorce action you got going.
Okay.
Is this
I got
related to?
3 words for you.
All right.
Nose Ferratu.
Oh, are you serious? It's all one word. You just
It's
sounded
3 words.
so you
The
sounded it
The
out.
Ferratu. Nose Ferratu.
Nosferatu. Seriously?
You
Okay.
just
I just saw it in the theaters, but when I got home, I saw that it was streaming for a third of the price that
Uh-huh.
I paid to go to the movies. So I can't say how big's your screen, Bert, at the house.
at the house we have a 19-inch, so it's pretty big.
That's small.
Yeah, Christ
That's
Almighty.
freaking small. You got to get yourself a bigger TV. I've got a bigger TV in my crypt.
What do you have? 27-inch?
No, 52-inch screen.
Oh,
52.
It's great.
All right, wait, all right, Bert. First of all,
Great for sports.
I know you're a community liaison, so you're only part time, but you got to up your game. You can get a 60-inch TV for $200. All right. So here, I want you to take my Costco
Yeah.
card.
Oh, I got to get a new TV.
Yeah.
Then.
Oh, you want to go with him to Costco?
No, I
'Cause
got to get home.
I
yeah.
get cash back if you guys buy it using my card.
Well, that's great. I can't do that now. Maybe tomorrow, but I got to get home
All
because
right,
the
here's the
sun's
thing.
about to come up, and I'm gonna be a friggin' crisp. if I,
6:42, and it's what time is it now? 6:19.
Yeah, I'd.
You do
Hey,
the math.
Yeah,
23 minutes. Relax.
I need. I'm cutting.
Hey,
it
we're trying to help
close.
Bert save his marriage, okay?
Oh, is that? I
Yeah.
thought we were talking about how representative Nosferatu was to my culture, man. But okay, sure, yeah.
Have you seen The Strain, which is they have I don't know,
Oh,
some
that's
people-
fucking yeah. Strain super inaccurate. Seen the
Really?
first episode? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
where
write that down.
when the people that are infected, their
No,
actual organs
don't-
fall off.
You don't want to. Yeah, exactly.
What
somebody,
happens in Strain?
Somebody becomes a vampire and his friggin' dick falls off into a toilet. Hey, everybody! I got a dick. Okay.
Okay, we don't
I
need
got
to
a
yell.
dick and I know how to use it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's the sexy part. That's all right. Gross creature part, wrong. You know,
So you're like a Queen of
it's
the Damned, like everything is all sultry kind of thing.
yeah, super sultry.
Hey,
Believe
Bert.
you me, I'm bone train.
Bone Train?
Like bone my private time, bone
Mm.
filled with the bone train.
Bert, go ahead and close the door to the bathroom. I don't care what it smells like. Close the door. Close the door.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll be
Okay.
I'll be on the outside of that door
No,
when
no,
I
come
close.
in. No, come in. This is about you,
Okay. Oh, I pulled myself into this one.
Mr.
All right.
Community
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Liaison. Hey, we're trying to help you save your marriage. You're talking about some movie where a dick falls off? How's
It's a
that going to help you
TV
look like
show.
a...
It's not even a movie.
it's not even a movie, Bert.
It's episodic and nothing happens for a long time. It's bad.
I'm
It's a
picturing
bad
your
thing.
wife watching some guy's dick fall off on a 17-inch television.
Yeah, yeah, bad. Bad
Probably with
news.
those lines that you used to get on those TVs that would go up
Scan
like
lines.
this. Scan
Yes.
lines.
Yeah, I lived through that era,
Yeah.
you know.
You
So
lived
I
through a
know
lot
it
of eras,
well.
didn't you?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm 299 years old. Big
Oh,
one coming up
geez.
next year. Yeah.
Yeah, where are we going?
Yeah, I don't know. Someplace cool. You know,
Yeah.
maybe karaoke
Hmm.
pod, huh?
So give her
Yeah, can we do a
300.
late
Karaoke
night
pod.
karaoke pod
300th
for
birthday, you
everybody
want to do
that's
karaoke.
Yeah, let's do a karaoke pod on my 300th birthday. All the not on duty officers come. We have a good time. You know, people drink beer. I drink blood. You know, I'll bring my own blood because they probably don't have it for me,
You probably don't.
unfortunately.
No.
You know,
I
you
once
know,
got a fertilized egg at one of those.
ew,
Had a little
yucky.
blood in it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Well, here's my
that's
question.
too much. Hat on the hat.
Next year's Vampire Cop's 300th birthday. Bert,
Yeah. Oh
at that
yeah.
party where we're singing karaoke and having fine Pilsner beers while he drinks blood.
Mm.
Is your wife coming, Bert? Is your wife coming?
Oh no, no SOs. It's just the boys. You know, it's just the detectives.
Shut up for a minute. Bert, are you going to have a wife? Are you going to have a wife to leave behind to come to this party?
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah.
I don't
To
think
watch Vampire Cop drain a goat?
Goats,
she's
man.
a
Gross.
couple goat parties already, and we've done a couple goat parties, and
Oh,
I-
you get loose, funky
yeah,
style.
we've been around, and I just gotta say, I don't think things are gonna happen between us. I don't think it's gonna come back. The spark is gone. The spark.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Is it would be unethical for me to hypnotize your wife into loving you, but I
Is it?
could hypnotize you into having like more sexual confidence and like just generally
Any sort of a sexual aura whatsoever.
yeah, be more with it. You know, I could put that in your head. I'd
I-
love
I-
to.
I would love. Captain, I don't know if this is the right place.
You
for
walk
it to live.
around like you're smooth down there, Bert.
Yeah, like a friggin' strained vampire, which is slander against the vampire community. I just want to say, we're more like ugly ass Count Orlok, you know, in that we hump pretty frequently, but you know, we're just good. We're good look. I'm a good looking guy, right?
For
Yes.
300, for damn near
Yeah.
300. Yeah, you're doing all
Oh,
right. You're
for
doing all
any
right.
age. Yeah, look at this. I'm moonwalking, huh?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pulling it off. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yes. I look
I'm
good.
willing. I'm willing.
It's all right.
Hypnotize me. Make me a sex goat.
Okay, here we go.
Greatest of all time.
Yes. It's the greatest of. I'm not doing that because I don't want you coming for my title, but I'm going to give you sleep. Sleep. Bert. Oh, Captain. Shit. All right. Well, no, this will be good for both of you. We'll just re-up you.
I am Bert.
No, Captain, you're not Bert. Captain, you're the captain. Okay.
I'm the captain.
No. This is
Captain, my captain.
fuck. I don't have time for this kinds of
I am the
bullshit right
captain
now.
now.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh boy, I'm tired.
Oh boy. Well, you guys popped out of it pretty fast there. I really didn't accomplish the shit I need to do. Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm real up against it, so maybe you guys can just see how the day goes, and
Man,
then
it really took the wind out of me when Robin Williams died.
It did. It really did, didn't it?
okay.
Let's
Well,
talk about that because that was quite a moment. He was the essence of the Aladdin movies, wasn't he?
hey, I'll just catch up with you guys at sundown, and we can unpack how the day went. But for right now, I got
Yeah,
to
just
boogie. So
just leave me
okay,
with this sexy bastard in the
yeah,
bathroom, and you go
You know
have
what's
yourself
gonna
a good
happen
day.
okay,
there.
we'll see
Too.
you.
This bathroom's gonna be the thing.
So,
It's not the first time we've had a moment
All
like
right.
this.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for indulging me in a vampire cop. This was a great way for me to have an inaugural show here. Is to get to do one of my very favorite things, and to have you on, Farrell, too. I appreciate your support, and you too,
yep.
David. This has been really a good time. We're coming in at just under an hour. I hope that anybody that's caught it out there has had a good time. Hey, also David just turned in his PhD in improv. But hopefully we'll round back around and talk about that at some point in time in the future. That would be a good time to do. Next week, we will it's Valentine's Day, like I said, so we will
Mhm.
have the lovers on, real improv couples, or as many of them that can make it. Right now, we're trying to have Tracy McBee and Louis Saunders, Tyler Malick and Lauren Frost, to play some scenes, and I'm also gonna force Mary Wynn, my beautiful wife, on, to do something, although it certainly won't be improv because she absolutely is against that very notion. So,
Can you
uh,
find one person who would fall under the category of lonely bastard?
well, it might be, it seems like Lauren might not be able to make it, so we're going to play it by ear, and that might be Tyler.
Yep,
So,
that
so
fits.
we'll
That
see how
fits.
it goes, you know? So, if you're not preparing for Valentine's Day next week, or you've already fully prepared and your lover is not yet ready, drop in at 6 p.m. For the lovers show. Any final thoughts, you guys?
That was fantastic. I love the cheese thing. I don't know if you get this a lot, Farrell, but you're great with the cheese stuff.
Well, if you remember, one of the suggestions untouched was what was it? Something melt, Santa Fe melt
Oh
or
yeah, Frisco
Frisco
melt.
melt.
Yeah, from Ross.
So I just
Yeah.
thought I'd use that. But thank you. Yeah,
Fantastic.
nothing funnier than hot cheese by the pool.
Well, that seems like a great slogan to end it on. So nothing funnier than hot cheese by the pool. I'm gonna roll credits. I'll I'll leave the mics on. And so but now we're gone. Now we're not saying anything else to you all, except hey, thanks for being here.
Bye.
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 See these credits.
There's the credit.
Beyond the veil.
I feel like we should be.
Happy hour.
Lauren, which one of those paintings is your favorite painting of that?
The one that my nephew did of it's upper right hand corner of two of my friends at another one of my friends' weddings.
That's
Um,
fantastic.
one of them passed out and the other one leering behind him. Um, he just did it for my 50th birthday. So
Oh, that's awesome.
that was pretty good.